Welcome everyone, I'm Winter Mystic. In today's world, it seems like less and less people are sitting down in front of a television and watching it. My 9-year-old son has absolutely no use for television, nor do any of his friends or family around the same age. Sitting down at a specific time to watch a show, or programming the DVR or whatever you have to catch the show for you. These concepts, this way of consuming media, no longer appeals to children nowadays. With kids, in my opinion, it would seem that TV is already dead, not dying. The medium, I mean, getting information from a cable at a specific time, not necessarily the companies or the product that they make. There's a good chance if you're watching this video right now, you might feel the same way. You might be one of a few kinds of people. For example, one, you could be a younger person, maybe between the ages of 8 and 18. The internet, and YouTube more specifically, is one of your primary sources of entertainment. And you will watch any and all videos that interest you on YouTube. You like watching all the unique ideas the creators on YouTube come up with. You could also be a person that only has a phone and maybe a data plan, or even a Wi-Fi connection, because your finances may not be the greatest. You like browsing YouTube because it's a quality form of entertainment? Well, at least most of the time. Most large entertainment industries at this moment are a sea of shit that one must wade through to find islands of quality. Steam Greenlight, anybody? Oh wait, they're canceling that. You may also be a person that perchance noticed the clickbaity title while browsing YouTube, as it is one of many forms of media that you consume. Clicking on the title, wondering what another fool was doing talking about TV being dead. You probably watched a lot of TV as a kid and still enjoy sitting down now with friends and loved ones to enjoy a well-written program. You don't mind the specific time that you have to sit down and watch the program because this is the way it's always been. And if you get tired of it, you can always go to Netflix or Shomi or Crunchyroll or any of the online streaming services. The internet may be convenient, but your TV rarely ever goes down. Though that does become a moot point when you realize that internet service is constantly getting more and more reliable, even if the customer service isn't. People like us, and scores more, are the reason the medium of television is dying. So if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you're killing television. And by the way, thank you for watching my video. Bloody hell, one of the most common phrases in the most recent lexicon is Netflix and chill. No one comes up for a coffee anymore. You want to come up for some Netflix and chill? There's a good chance that if you're asking anyone at this point to come up to your place for coffee, they're going to be old enough, they're not going to be able to drink the coffee, they'll require tea, for the coffee will keep them up all night. The main concern that cable companies and television as a whole should have is the kids don't care. My son, his friends, his half-sister don't care about television in any way. It's to the point that if my son can't play on the computer and go on the internet, he will go and play with his Lego, play with his puppy. I've even seen him sit down at 8 and write a short story rather than watch TV. It's funny. We used to put on kid shows so that when he was playing in the living room, he'd have something appropriate to watch. And honestly, he just ignored it. Whether it was a good show or a relatively good show like the new Ninja Turtles, or if it was something awful like Teen Titans Go, he would just ignore it. All of it. In my opinion, to the kids of today, television isn't even an issue. That's why it seems so funny that so many YouTubers are panicking about advertisers leaving this platform. Because the facts of the matter are, the next generation, the kids coming up, aren't watching television. If advertisers want to get their message out to the young people and adults of tomorrow, they're going to have to play ball with YouTube and other online streaming services. Television personalities continue to try to demonize YouTube personalities, such as PewDiePie. Television media has done this for years. They've done it to video games, they've done it to South Park, and it never works. Parents of my generation seeing a negative report about South Park did not stop us from watching the show. The thing that television and its associates haven't realized is that a good chunk of the parents that are watching these reports are probably also subscribed to someone on YouTube, along with a good chance that they're subscribed to PewDiePie as well. So any and all false information that these television and on occasion print media, as anchormen, reporters, and associated pundits, will only make them look worse, while we, the informed people that they are trying to convince, realize that the personalities on television are completely full of shit. Well, for the most part, they do get some things right. It's just getting really hard to distinguish between facts and fiction. Is it not a failure when the majority of accredited news sources via television or print media have been mistaken so many times, and it proven so that we find the need to fact check their material, their stories and articles? Television is in its death throes. It's a shame that it came to the party so late. Television has no hope. There's no bringing the kids back. Kids have no use for your outdated form of media. That all being said, the people that are in control of television, the companies, CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN, they have enough money and enough clout that they will shift over to the internet. The fact of the matter is, people don't like change. These corporate executives don't want change. They've gotten wealthy off of television, and they don't see a reason for them to have to change. Well, to all the executives, they don't have to change. But the world has already changed. The world's moved on, as it were. So they can sit back in the past, while the rest of the world moves on, and wonder why their ad revenue has decreased so significantly. Personally, I don't care. If these companies want to remain stagnant and in the past, refusing to change and move forward with the world, that's fine. I hope a good chunk of them go out of business. Make room for some new companies. YouTube and platforms like it aren't going anywhere anytime soon. People like the idea of people like them making content. They enjoy going into their lives. They also enjoy commenting with the creators, having a dialogue, well, with some. One of the main selling points to sites like YouTube is its creators. People like Philip DeFranco, Total Biscuit, Preston Jacobs, Rob from Comics Explained, along with PewDiePie and his comic stylings. These individuals, or small groups, not large, faceless corporations, and shareholders, seem to genuinely care about their audiences. Why would we ever go back to yelling at the screen in frustration when we can literally communicate our displeasure directly to the author of the video from the comment sections below? The problem, in my opinion, is advertisers don't have the kind of control they had with television. Some television programs would change just to make advertisers happy. That kind of control is absent on YouTube and other video uploading sites, unless you go with sponsored content, or straight up own the channel for the purposes of advertising, i.e. Blizzard's myriad of channels for Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch. Some of the footage I got from my previous videos was retrieved from BioWare's advertising channel Mass Effect. Advertisers will come back to YouTube. There may be new constraints, there may be new rules, but at the end of the day, a lot of creators will still be getting paid. Not all, but still a good number. And to be fair, if you put all your eggs in the basket of YouTube fame and you're not above 1 million subscribers, you should give your head a little bit of a shake. At the end of the day, YouTube is a meritocracy. You're only as good as your last video. Those people worthy of adoration will rise to the top. Anyone worth watching will be watched. The world will make sure of that. The content in YouTube may slide a little bit, but when all is said and done, there are still passionate people out there that want to communicate their opinions, their feelings, their thoughts, their ideas to the world. And there are others, by viewing, that will share in that. We all enjoy this site, for better or worse. Advertisers will have to learn to live with the cards they've been dealt now. This is where the young people are. This is what they're watching. If advertisers want their products seen, they gotta come here, because the kids aren't coming back to you. Most of us aren't going back to television. Most of us have already started to migrate over to Netflix, Shomi, YouTube. The internet has replaced cable. It's just the way of it. The children have already moved on. It might as well be cassette tapes and VCRs. They don't even see a point to TV anymore. Why wait for a show to come on when I can just go to Netflix and there it is? Now, I could be wrong about all of this. I'm no expert. These are just my feelings from watching watching my son, his friends, and the other children in my family go about their daily lives. The television and cable connection have done many good years of service, but if we were on a farm right now, and I am, that poor horse would be lame, and the only humane thing to do would be to take him out behind the barn and put him out of his misery. That's where TV is right now, and it's not going to get any better. Who knows? TV could have a second renaissance, and I may be incorrect about all of this. I'm no expert. I'm just a simple farm boy, knowing little in the ways of the world. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the comments below. Have a nice day.